Hello, my name is Robin Tamanaha. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist here in Orange County. So today I thought I'd do something different, which is talking about a young adult book about mental health. I kind of think I might just make this a series. So I read a lot of books, and the majority of them are young adult books. I even used to have a subscription to Crate, which was awesome. And my Instagram is pretty much this, which is young adult books about mental health. So I thought I'd do something different and, start creating videos on this since there are a lot of really good books out there. So something to keep in mind is this is fiction, right? It's a story. There are autobiographies out there where individuals are talking about their own lived experience with a mental health diagnosis. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check those out. There's a ton out there. Individuals in real life that have diagnoses, they may share and have the same symptoms of a diagnosis. However, the way it comes out, the way it's expressed does vary according to the person. They also have their own story too, and their path to the diagnosis can also vary at times, such as the case with post-traumatic stress disorder. So all in all, it's in real life very complex, right? So the book I'm going to talk about today is When We Collided by Emery Lord. What drew me to this book is it is my specialty. So my specialty is mood disorders. And this one talks about bipolar disorder. So I'm going to try to explain this in a way that's like not huge spoiler alerts. We'll see. So in this book, one character is a teenager who has bipolar disorder, and it talks about this character's experience with the diagnosis, how the person feels about the diagnosis, the symptoms that the person experiences, as well as how it's affected the person's relationships. So something to keep in mind is when it comes to bipolar disorder, it's a spectrum. So the symptoms, the intensity of it, and how much it affects major areas of the person's life, like work, school, relationships, even how they take care of themselves, can vary from really like low, mild, to on the other end where it's quite severe, okay? Another character in this book is someone who's experienced something traumatic, and it talks about how that has affected that character and the character's family. So I won't go too much into that because I think that would definitely be a spoiler alert. What I like about this book is that it's done in a way where it's pretty accurate to one possibility of experience with bipolar disorder, and it's also not stigmatizing. I think, I'll just say things for what they are. Bipolar disorder is stigmatized, like in the media and how the diagnosis is portrayed at times. I think there's a lot of work to be done about like dispelling those stereotypes, as well as sometimes when others find out someone does have this diagnosis, they kind of like retract and like pull back a little when it comes to that person, which is really tough for those that experience this. So I like that it's pretty accurate and non-stereotypical, and also it's a reminder that the diagnosis is one part of a person. There are many other things that make up a human and what makes them, right? And in this one, the character does have the diagnosis, but also is an artist, has a good heart, is a mentor to a child even. So it it's a reminder that there's so many more things to someone who has a mental illness. And this is important not just for people who read the book, but also to the person who's living with the mental health diagnosis. So it does a nice job of that, of really sharing the whole person and the whole person's life. I think, as a therapist, yes, I address symptoms, and we talk about different skills a person can use to manage, what they're experiencing. However, I also hone in and draw upon other things that make up the person, other things that are really positive and what they really bring to the table. Also, even talking about the great things they're a part of, or really positive things that they do want to have included in their life so that they can have a fulfilling future. Okay. So I really recommend this book if you're interested. It's everywhere, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, everywhere. And it's actually a book that I've seen quite a lot, since it's like a newer young adult fiction book, on a lot of the lists of new releases, as well as it's also been on some of the lists for like top young adult books on mental health. So check it out. I'm going to keep this series going since I do read so many young adult books. There's a lot of really good ones out there that not only talk about the diagnosis, but also having a diagnosis when you're in a certain place in your life. Like, for example, there's a book that talks about a character who has general anxiety, and then also like going away to college, like away, and what that was like and how that went. So I'm going to include this category, as well as keeping my usual more practical videos that are informative. Okay. So something to keep in mind is this is not therapy and is not a replacement of therapy, whether it's the book or this video. If you are interested in therapy, I highly recommend that you do a search for local ones in your area. I'm in Orange County, so if you're near Costa Mesa or interested in commuting to Costa Mesa, you can contact me by phone, email. I even have it now to where you can self-schedule a phone consult where I'll call you back at a specific time if that's just easier. So hopefully this video was enjoyable and different and interesting to watch. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.